Hi there. We're gonna do some basic chair yoga today, just some light stretching, nothing major. So I just wanted to just give you a couple little pointers. When we're doing our chair yoga and just our basic stretching, we wanna make sure that our feet are planted on the floor, that you're not having them like on your legs or anything like that, and doing the best that we can to have legs like at a 90-degree angle. So it's pretty okay with this one. Just making sure that your feet are touching the ground, and that you have a straight back as well. We don't want to do anything with hunching, that's what we're trying to prevent. Also anything like slouching, so leaning back and just creating that space in between your low back. So that's why having our feet planted on the ground is really important, and our knees over our ankles. So coming to just a straight place, you can inhale, starting to exhale through your nose, just coming to like a comfortable place. And when we're sitting here, we can just do a couple of shoulder stretches. So as we inhale through our nose, we want to bring our shoulders up towards our ears. And as we exhale, starting to slowly round our shoulders back down our spine. And when we're doing this, I hope you can see kind of. So if we inhale and roll shoulders back, you want to bring those shoulder blades back together like you're going to pinch a pencil. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. So you can pause the video at this time and just take a couple shoulder rolls here on your own. Also switching direction as well. This one might take some mind movement as well, some mindfulness. So when you switch direction, inhale to go up, and then we're gonna roll forward as we exhale. Inhale up towards our ears, exhale down, rolling forward. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. So just again, taking a couple rolls here on your own. Normally I like to do the shoulder rolls for a minute each direction, and longer if there's any tension or tightness in my shoulders, maybe in my upper back. So just taking your time to do that, and you can hold this place for a breath or two, moving on with an exhale. Or if you need to keep your shoulders back in this rounded place, you can hold for a couple rounds of breath before moving on and coming up and back down. So just kind of finding that comfortable place for you in your shoulder rolls. And our next step would be to do some neck rolls. So we're going to take an inhale through our nose, and as we exhale, we're going to tuck our chin, starting with rolling our left ear to our left shoulder and back, right ear, right shoulder, tucking your chin, left side, back, right side, down. Again, just taking a couple neck rolls here on your own in this direction. And when you're ready to switch, when your chin is tucked, taking an inhale, switching direction, left, right ear, right shoulder, and back, left side, tucking chin. Go through a couple more, and maybe you find this place right here that you need to hold for a few rounds of breath before moving on. So just listening to your body as you move, seeing how it feels, what feels good to you. And when you're ready, inhale through your nose as you bring your head back to center. So you can pause the video at this time, take a couple neck rolls, do your shoulder rolls, do your neck rolls, whatever feels good. And our next step, we're gonna kind of combine the shoulder and the neck together. So as we inhale, we're gonna take our right arm up and over our head to grab our left ear, and we're gently gonna pull towards the right. Only going as far as it feels good, so maybe today, this is where you need to be. As you exhale, going a little bit deeper. So just kind of checking where it feels good for you. You don't have to apply a lot of pressure. And just staying here for just a few rounds of breath, maybe a minute, maybe 2. It just depends on what you feel like, how your body feels today, what it needs. So just being mindful, being gentle with yourself, being patient. So when you're ready, you can inhale, slowly starting to come up. Bring that right arm back down to your side. Next, we're going to go through the left arm, so reaching up and over to grab that right ear, gently pulling towards the left. Again, being very gentle with yourself here. Keeping that spine straight also. We're going to protect our spine, protect our neck. Just taking a few rounds of breath here. Deep inhale, slow exhale. And finding that natural rhythm where you're holding your inhales and your exhales for the same amount of time. Just taking your time here. When you're ready, inhale, coming back up, bringing head to center, and dropping that left hand, bringing it back to your lap. So after we do that, and at any time during this video, you can pause, go through a few more rounds, take your time going through the shoulder rolls. Maybe you need to do them for 5 minutes today. Maybe your neck, same thing. So just taking your time. I'm just going to provide some instruction for you, so feel free to pause anytime, fast forward, whatever that you need to do. This is your practice. So next we're going to continue on with our shoulders. We're going to work our arms right now. So we're going to bring our arms out to a T, and maybe today you just need to hold your arms here, whatever feels good. So we're going to inhale, we're going to bring up to a V. So you can go all the way up like you're in an upward salute. You can come down to a V, wide V, whatever feels good for you. So staying here for a few rounds of breath. Again, just imagining bringing your shoulders up and bringing them back down. Raising shoulders up, bring them back down. If that feels good, you can take the time to do that. If not, you can move a little bit quicker through our arm flow. So, and then we're going to bring down into cactus arms. We're going to straighten them out back into our T. Inhale, back up to your place. Exhale, cactus arms. Out to a T. Inhale, come up. So it's just a simple movement here. Opening shoulders, extending, bringing shoulders back up. Opening those shoulders, out to a T, back up, and just kind of going through that flow. Again, same thing, you can hold those for a few rounds of breath, a minute, however long you need. So you can, this can be quick 15, 20-minute flow, or you can make this last a half an hour, 45 minutes, and whole hour, whatever time that you have and whatever your body needs. So just kind of being mindful and just listening to what your body needs. Today, it might be different tomorrow. Your shoulder on the right might be just super mobile today, whereas in the next couple days, there might be less mobility. So just taking that time, being patient with yourself and just listening to your body. So the next flow that we're going to do, we're going to flow through a couple rounds of cat-cow here. So we're just kind of, I'm going to swirl to the side here so you can get a picture and a better movement. So when we inhale, we're going to, and you can also use your arms. This helps me just kind of imagining that breath also. So again, just sitting up nice and straight, feet on the floor, knees below or above our ankles. And just for better visual, I'm going to go ahead and bring my hands up here. So as we inhale, we're going to lift our chin and we're going to open up our chest. So bringing back those shoulder blades, opening up our chest, coming into our cow pose. As we exhale through our nose, we're going to round our back, tuck our chin into our chest, and we're going to come into our cat pose. Inhale to open, exhale to close, and rounding down, opening up, rounding down. So here during your seated cat-cow, again, holding a certain place for a few rounds of breath, or you can go quickly. So if you're going to go through a few rounds of cat-cow, so moving with your breath, so inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So that faster, that quicker movement is going to create a little bit of heat in your body, which might make mobility a little bit easier. Or if you need to just go really slow, round your back and hold that. Inhale, open up, lift that chin, opening up our shoulders and our chest here, and coming back down. So just finding what feels good. You may need that slower, more controlled stretch, just depending on what you need today. So from our cat-cow, we're going to move into a seated forward fold. So again, making sure that your back is upright, your back is straight, and just imagining like your hips as a bowl of water. So we don't want to stick out our chest or our stomach. We also don't want to round. We just want to stay in this neutral place. So you can just imagine your hips as a bowl of water, and we don't want to be splashing or spilling our hips out. And this is really important for when we go into a forward fold, because we're going to fold forward at our hips, and we don't want to round down with our back. We just want that straight spine all the way down until we get to a point where our hips cannot tilt anymore, and then we're going to be able to round down with our spine. So we're going to take an inhale through our nose, and at your waist, we're just going to come forward, keeping that spine straight. And when you fold it forward, then we can come down and round down with our spine. So from here, let me scoot back just a little bit. You can take and grab opposite elbows, letting your head hang. You can grab your toes. You can grab back and grab your ankles. Maybe if you, depending on what kind of chair you have, if you've got some legs or some rungs you can hold on to, kind of pulling yourself closer down to the floor, and just staying here for a few moments. A lot of us carry stress and tension on our shoulders, our upper back, and this is just going to lengthen all the way through. So our low back, our spine, we're going to open up those shoulders by draping our arms down, letting our neck hang. And as we come back up, if you have the room and it feels good, you can take your arms out to the side, slowly coming back up. Another thing I like to do is put my hands on my hips, so we're going to tilt forward, and when we're ready to come back up, you're going to make that tilting motion. So just forwards and backwards, allowing that spine to stay straight and then to roll down. Coming back up. So there's our forward fold. So once we come back up, if it feels good, oftentimes to take that shoulder roll in the opposite direction. So just coming back to that spine being lengthened here. And we're going to bring our knees up into our chest. So grabbing and interlacing your fingers just below your knee here and bringing it up wherever you can, wherever it feels good. So if this is where you're at today, great. And if you have like a block or a pillow or a box or something to put underneath of your foot to support yourself while you hold, you can do that as well. So just bringing it up wherever feels good and just holding here for a few rounds of breath. So again, this might be 30 seconds, this might be a minute, whatever your body needs here. So if you'd like, you can take this time, pause the video, hold this stretch. You can go through the whole flow, just whatever you need to do. I'll be here when you get back. When you're ready, we're going to exhale and we're going to slowly release, releasing your hands when ready, bringing that back, straightening our spine. On our next inhale, we're going to move to the opposite leg. So starting just by bringing your knee up as you inhale, interlacing those fingers, hugging that knee into your body. So if I turn, it might look like this. Again, just keeping your back nice and straight. Keeping that other foot firmly planted on the floor. Just giving yourself some support here. As we exhale, we're going to bring our knee back down to center. And from bending our knee, so we can just keep, and if you want to flow through the same side and then go through the opposite side, you can do that as well. So from your hugging the knee position, you can gently just take that, and when you're almost down, just simply just extending that leg out, engaging in your knee. If you have a strap or a belt, you can wrap it around that foot, holding both ends, or if you have a belt, just cinching it tight, holding that tension and helping yourself with that support. You can also, if it feels good, you can kind of lift that up. If you have a strap for a little bit, you're going to feel that stretch right in here, right in the top of your thigh, so maybe coming down from your hip. So just being very careful and being very gentle with yourself. And when you're ready to come down, exhale, slowly bringing that foot down and providing support. So from the opposite side, if we're in a hug the knee position, we can bring it down just a little bit and allowing that left leg to extend. Again, keeping that back straight and upright, keeping that spine protected. When ready, exhale, bringing that back down. Okay, so we're going to move through some side bends and some twists here towards the end of our practice today. So for our side bend, we are going to inhale, bringing arms up. And we do kind of want to get into this place. We're going to go into a little bit of a side bend. It is helpful to get a little bit deeper stretch if you have both arms up. So we're going to take our left hand first, grabbing our right wrist, and we're going to stay planted in our hips, and we're just going to move our upper body. So inhale, arms come up, left hand grabs right wrist, and we're gently going to pull. We're going to pull our right arm up with our left wrist, extending in that side body. I'm going to lift up, inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to bend a little bit deeper into that left side. Again, only going as far as you need to go. So maybe you're here today, just lengthening. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper, so whatever feels good for you here. When you're ready, inhale to come back up to center. Moving to the other side. So we're going to inhale, lengthen, and pull up on that left arm. Exhale, slowly kind of falling into that right place, that right side. Holding for a few rounds of breath, whatever feels good for you here. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Taking one more inhale, maybe interlacing your fingers, turning them out, pointing up towards the ceiling, really reaching, lengthening that spine here. Inhale through your nose, hold that breath. Exhale, slowly coming back down. If you need to, go right back into those shoulder rolls, making sure you go through both directions. Maybe going through your neck rolls. Whatever feels good for you here, whatever your body's telling you that it needs in your practice today. So from there, we're going to go through our seated twist. So we're going to take an inhale through our nose. We're going to come back to center. We're going to place right hand on left knee. And we're just going to do the best that we can to bring that left hand behind our hips. So if you need to scoot up on your chair just a little bit, you can. We're just going to twist back. You can go a little bit further with your neck and even further gazing towards the opposite side of the room with your eyes. And really trying to press that right hand into your left knee, giving you a little bit more twist here. Holding for a few rounds of breath. I would try to hold this one for at least a minute, so just staying in this place, breathing for a minute if it feels good. Take a deep inhale when you're ready. And as we exhale, we're gonna slowly come through center and go to the opposite side. So it's firmly planting those feet, spine is lengthened. Pressing that right hand, your left hand into your right knee, and coming back. Only twisting as far back as it feels good. We're just giving our body a good stretch here, being gentle with ourselves. Taking a deep inhale through our nose, and we're gently going to come back to center. So from there, we're going to go into our triangle pose. So if this feels good, what you can do is come down. So again, we're going to inhale through our nose, and as we exhale, we're going to come down. So again, if you have a block, bringing the ground up to you, or you can rest your hand on maybe your knee or your shin, or if you are able to go all the way down to the floor, just whatever feels good for you. There's no need to push yourself too much. We're here to stretch and to feel good and not to cause other issues. So wherever you are, so staying here, and as we take another inhale, we're gonna lift our right arm up to the ceiling, and maybe your arm is out at a T shape today. Maybe you can start to kind of gaze and go at an angle, and maybe you can eventually kind of reach for the ceiling and getting in that good stretch here. So holding this for a few rounds of breath, or however long you need. Taking a deep inhale through your nose when you're ready to come out. Exhale. We're going to bring that right hand down and smoothly flow to the other side. So coming up as we inhale. Again, maybe you're out in a T shape today, maybe you're out at an angle, maybe you're all the way up, just whatever it feels good to you, just listening to your body and what it needs. So just staying where it feels good, breathing into any tension or tightness. When you're ready to come out, we're going to take a deep inhale through our nose and slowly come down as we exhale. When we're ready to unfold, we're going to come up as we inhale through our nose, and we're coming up at our waist, lengthening that spine. So from coming up in this position, if we need to come back, go back into our shoulder rolls, bringing those shoulder blades together like we're going to pinch a pencil. Just whatever feels good, and however you can get back into this centered and this straight place. So from here, we're going to go into our pigeon pose. So just getting a comfortable stance, and we're going to take our our right ankle, and we're going to place it on our left knee. So if you need to kind of adjust your leg and where that falls on your ankle, the tighter your hips, the more your knee is going to come up. So just maybe today this is where you need to be. Also, to deepen this stretch, you can take your hand, you can lean back a little bit if it feels good, or kind of scoot back in your chair so you get that support from that straight back of the chair. Tucking in your ankle, and if it feels good, you can kind of press on that right knee, opening up your hip just a little bit. If there's any pain or sharpness or heat, just gently coming back to a comfortable place. Maybe you can take your knee and kind of hug that into your body. That would be another modification you can take. Or just kind of staying here as well, whatever feels good. Another modification you can take to deepen this stretch, as you inhale, and then as you exhale, folding forward into this pose. My hips are super, super tight, just always have been from injury. I have a lot of issues with my sciatic. And so I think this is a good example for those who do have tight hips and where you're able to go. So I'm going to press on my right knee just a little bit. This is where I need to stop, right here. So if I want to deepen and hold just for a little bit longer, I'm going to inhale through my nose, lengthen that spine, exhale, folding forward at my hips. When I am done folding forward and my hips can't fold anymore, I can round down with my back, coming down just a little bit farther, just adjusting that foot, that ankle if you need to, reaching for the floor. Again, if you have a block or a pillow or a box or something you can grab onto for support, whatever you need, maybe coming down with both hands. And you're gonna feel that stretch just right in your hip area, your sciatic, your psoas muscle right here in front. So just being very gentle. And you can also take some time and do some ankle rolls. This is a very good opportunity for some freedom here, just making sure that you go both directions. And if you're gonna sit here for a couple minutes, maybe you're watching TV as you do this, or maybe some online shopping, whatever feels good to you, just take your time and just feel. You can even reach down, give yourself like a nice little foot massage, just going over each toe, maybe rolling through the arch of your foot, maybe grabbing onto that heel and just getting a really good massage in. So just being very gentle with yourself, taking care of ourselves here, and making sure we feel good when we come out of this. We want to come back, we want to keep doing it. So just taking your time here, going only as deep as you need to, and modifying where it feels good and where you need to be supported. So when we're ready to come out, we're going to inhale. We're gently going to lean back. Very carefully, we're going to take that right ankle back down to the floor and take a moment. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale, coming up, so hugging that knee in just a little bit, reaching down, grabbing that left ankle, placing on the right knee. This one's tight today. Okay, pressing just firmly and gently on that left knee, opening it up just a little bit here. Taking our time to do some ankle rolls. Inhale, exhale, folding forward. This is all I'm going to be able to go today. Just super, super tight. So also when you're folding forward, you want to keep that flat back. So even at whatever angle that you're at, just keeping that still until your hips are at a point where your back then can round down. So today, this is all the farther I'm going to be able to go. So I'm just going to hold here for a couple minutes. I'm just gently pressing into that left hip. So if you need to, you can pause the video, take your time here. If you're sitting at your desk at work, or you're at your table at home or wherever, even just sitting like this, maybe you're reading a book, and switch just every couple minutes. And this is just a pose that you can go through anytime. Sitting at your desk, at home, whatever you need to do, just kind of going back and forth and maybe seeing how long it feels good to hold it. So when you're ready to come out, we're going to inhale, and we're going to take that left ankle, drop that foot back down. And our last pose that we're going to go over today is called Eagle Pose. So we're going to take our right knee and we're going to cross it over. Just so you can see, I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. So maybe this is where you need to be today, but to go a little bit deeper, I just want to show you that you can take and wrap, if it's possible. Again, this is going to kind of pull that hip and that muscle. So we went from opening that hip and we're going to close it up and do some compression. So you can wrap that right foot around your left. So we're just coming into a twist, and we're going to do the same thing with our arms. So we're going to inhale, arms come up, and we're going to take our right arm and we're going to swoop it underneath of our left. We're going to twist our arms together, bring palms as close as they can. So kind of dropping those elbows, and we're going to pull our shoulder blades back so we're sitting up really nice and straight here. So this is one that you can hold for a couple rounds of breath. If it feels good and you want to deepen this stretch, inhale, and we're going to exhale, we're going to fold forward. Elbows come to knee, back is lengthened, back is straight. Holding this for a few minutes here. Inhale as you come back up and untwist. I like to go right into the second set, bringing arms back overhead. We're gonna take that left leg, wrap it around our right. So maybe you're here today, taking that left arm, swooping it underneath of our right. And maybe this is where you're at today as well. Maybe just grabbing onto that shoulder, your forearm, wherever you are at. So if you're here today and just taking that right arm and just kind of pressing against your knee and breathing here. So just remembering to breathe in and out your nose. This is going to help loosen any tension or tightness. Inhale when you're ready to come out. So however long that you need to hold that, you can pause the video, untwist your legs, untwist your arms, really reaching here. So again, if you need to take and interlace your fingers, turning them inside out, looking up towards the ceiling, lengthening that spine. Take a deep, deep inhale here. Hold that breath. And slowly exhale as you bring your arms back down. All right. There you go. There's some simple stretches. We did some shoulders, neck, hips. We got some ankles. So just taking care of yourself, being very gentle with yourself, and modifying where you need it. We all need support, and we all need to be gentle with ourselves. So I really hope this helps wherever you are, at home, at work, in your vehicle. If you're stuck in traffic somewhere, that's another super easy one to do. You can kind of bring that knee up. Some of our pigeon poses might be a little bit difficult, but just modifying where you can. Maybe scooting your seat back, maybe just twisting your ankles, maybe we're just twisting here and just compressing. So pressing against each other, legs, hands, whatever feels good. If you have any questions, concerns, ideas, modifications, if you need help with anything, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. I'm Samantha with Evology Yoga, and I can't wait to see you again.